take the alphabet slaughter and the freestyle and get an opportunity. MK Slade signed a deal with Jive Records for $1.5 million. And that brother's still making noise, putting out albums and projects today. He was DJ K. Slade's protege, but more importantly, like everybody coming to the stage, he was DJ K. Slade's brother. Let me get Papoose up there.
Peace, y'all. This is hard for me, man. I can't even sit up here in front, play like, you know, this is easy or this is just something that I'm going to ever get over. I want to send my condolences to Slade's mother and his entire family over here. Man, you know, I know they're telling me that my brother's in his casket over here, but that's just a vessel. The body is just a vessel that stores the spirit of man, the soul of man, the mind of man. When it leaves, that energy, that great energy, it thrives and goes into a universal storehouse, which is the universe. So that energy you feel when you hear all of these great things they saying about my brother, that's him. He's still here, y'all. He's not going nowhere. Man, you know, I come from a very large family, and I got a lot of cousins, but we weren't raised like cousins, we were raised like brothers. My grandmother, she had 17 kids. So my mother is one of, 17 different siblings. So I got a lot of cousins, and we all grew up in New York, Brooklyn. And we were raised like brothers, but three of us were real extremely close. My cousin Pappy and my cousin Strong, we did everything together growing up. So if one of us went in a certain direction, you better guarantee the others were going to follow. And out of the three of us, one of my cousins got murdered. My other cousin got sentenced to 18 to life. And if it wasn't for K. Slade enabling me to have my music career, I would have been most likely in that predicament. So I owe this man a lot. When a lot of earlier in Slade's career, and this is just my observation of him as a fan, I'm not even talking about when I met him, and I got the opportunity to become his brother. He was known as the drama king. You know, if it was a beef, you came on the drama hour, or you made your record, however it went. Slade was spearheading that movement. But as he matured, what a lot of people don't know, and this is real talk, Slade was the reason for a lot of beef getting squashed. Real talk. Ironically, he became the voice of reason. And a lot of different situations that could have escalated to homicide or violence, Slade was the person behind the scenes squashing it, bringing it together. He was all about unity. See, people don't know that. But if you look at songs like 100 Deep, 200 Deep, he's the only person creating tracks like that, unifying, bringing 100 MCs together. You understand what I'm saying? This is what he represented. Anytime I even thought about going off the limb, he was in my ear and on my head. Like, what? Nah, Pat, man. Because this is a person that, like, I don't even know, and I said this on the video that I made for him, I don't know who I'm going to call for advice moving forward in life. I can be 100% unsure about a situation. I call Slade. I say, yo, Slade, man, I need some advice. This is a brother that would make your problem his own. He won't brush you off because it has nothing to do with him. He would sit on the phone with me, he would say, I would explain it to him and say, yo, Slade, listen, man, this is what's going on. I would pour my heart out, break the situation down. As soon as I finished, he would say, Pat, is you crazy? I'm like, what you mean? Yo, he would give me the simplest, but it would be the K. Slade answer, because I don't know if y'all know, Slade is a funny dude, man. Like, this dude keep me laughing I'm talking about dying laughing. But he would give me the kid slave point of view, and when I got off of that phone call, I was so sure of how to handle that situation. And that's just the type of brother he was. You know, during the pandemic, Slade was extremely careful, man. Like I'm talking about, I don't know nobody who was more cautious than Slade. And we would get on the phone and we would build, and you know, we would trade thoughts on it. Everybody got their own opinion about what's going on in society with this COVID-19 situation. And me being witness to the fact of how cautious my brother was, I'm coming here today to tell y'all, I don't think it's a coincidence that Black and Latino people are dying at the highest rate of COVID-19. I gotta say it. It's not a coincidence that our people are falling victim to this more than anybody else, y'all. We gotta be healthy. We gotta take care of ourselves as much as we can. You know, me and my brother Slade, we would debate about a lot of things, man. That's just how we were, still sharp as steel. And I would always be happy when I want to debate with Slade, man. Because he's very argumentative. Everybody who knows Slade, y'all know how he is. I would always be happy, man. But our last debate, I wasn't happy that he won. Because when he first got in the hospital, he hit me up. He said, yo, Pat, man, I'm in the hospital. I said, what? Because you know, our people have been dying in these hospitals for the longest. And me and him discussed this. We said, yo, if we catch COVID, we're not doing it, bro. We're not going there, and we're gonna heal ourselves at home. We're gonna take the herbs. We're gonna do what we gotta do. I said, yo, Pat, I'm in the hospital. I was like, what the? And he said, with COVID. Yo, I dropped the phone, and I picked the phone back. I said, yo, Slade, you kidding me, bro? He said, yeah, man. I said, why you went to the hospital? He explained to me why he went to the hospital. And that night is when the debate started. Because he hit me up and he said, I'm sorry, that next morning, he said, yo, I almost checked out last night. I said, what? I started hitting him. Yo, Slade, you bugging, bro. Don't ever talk like that again. You crazy? You know who you are? Yo, all you gotta do is, hey, yo, move around, Slade. Don't stay still. You know what I'm saying? Don't let him, you know, just giving him advice. And he went back and forth with me like Slade do. And then the last day that I spoke to my brother, man, he hit me up January 4th. I'll never forget it. He said, Pat, I might not make it. And I debated him again. But it broke my heart this time because he was right. You know what I'm saying? Yo, we gotta cherish every moment with our loved ones. Don't take your loved ones for granted. Life is too short. I see a lot of people, you know, post Slay up on these social media. We appreciate that. But we need that love when he's here, and that support when he was here. Do you know the level of work K. Slade put in this game? Are you kidding me? Do you know how hard this is one of the hardest workers I ever met in my life? And to a certain extent, I'm at peace because I know I showed him the love and the respect that he deserved when he was walking this planet. I don't claim to be nothing that I'm not, but I guarantee you, he know I would take a bullet for him, and I won't even think twice. This is one of the only people in the world I would do that for. You understand what I'm saying? Because he's authentic, and he showed me the same love back. You know, he would always say, you know, Pat, you hip hop? Yeah, I'm hip hop. What's the 5 elements of hip hop? You know what I'm saying? 5 elements of hip hop. I'm fronting because I'm trying to get by time to figure this shit out. He like, yo, listen, man. You know how Slay is. Graffiti, rapping, DJing, breakdancing, beatboxing. You didn't think I was gonna get that right, Slay? Yeah, I got it now. And yo, that came straight from his mouth to my ears, man. And you know what's crazy? My words, my bond is my life. I should give my life before my words should fail me. Not too long before he became ill, we was on the phone one day, and I think I know hip hop. You know what I'm saying? Because I grew up a big fan of hip hop. LL, Melly Mel, my brother Fat Joe. You know what I'm saying? Even my wife. I came up listening to all of them, and I studied hip hop since I was 8 years old. I knew how to rap. But I wasn't fortunate enough to get in the game early. But you know, Slay, man, he's just the illest, man. Like words can't describe, man, this brother. I love you, Slay, man. Always gonna miss you. And I guarantee you, man, I'm gonna do everything in my power to carry on your legacy, man. You know, I don't want to talk y'all to death. I don't want to do that, but I want to make sure I cover what needs to be covered and said about Slay properly. When I met Slay, I came up to the radio station and I handed him my CD. He took it, he went in the building. I thought he was amazing then because studying the game, I had never seen nobody give a new artist a shot. I was like, yo, this dude is playing new artists on the radio? This is crazy. I gotta meet him. When I met him, gave him the CD, I turned on the radio, I didn't hear my song. I said, yo, why didn't you play the song? I came back next week, I did it again. He going in the building, I said, yo, here you go. I said, all right, he went in the building, I go to the car listening. He on for 2 hours. It's 12. It's 1:59. He about to go off. I still ain't hear my song. I said, oh, this dude is wild. I come back again. I said, yo, here you go. My name Papoose, bro. Here you go. He took the CD. He went in. I said, yo, this time I'm not leaving, man, because if this dude don't play my song on the radio, he gonna have to explain to me why he didn't play my song. Because I think I'm good enough to be on the radio. So I'm waiting. Once again, yo, the time is running out, man. I said, man, forget that. He up there, he like 1-800-223-9797. I said, you know what? I'm about to call that number, man. Called up on the radio. Yo, he picked up. I was like, oh. So for me, you know what I'm saying? That was a dream come true because somebody who was actually on the radio was talking to me. That's how much of hip hop, that's the level of dream that hip hop was for me. So anyway, we on the phone, right? So I said, yo, what's up, man? Why you didn't play my song? He knew who I was off the rip. He said, hey, yo, man, let me tell you something. Everybody can't be a rapper, man. I said, some people gotta be a fireman. I said, yo, oh, nah. I said, yo, when this nigga come downstairs, it's lit, man. Things jack, right? Now I'm waiting, I'm here, it's smoke coming out my ears. I'm standing in the middle of the street. He come out, I go towards him, he go towards me. We about to clash like two trains. And the person that was with him, he went in the middle, he said, yo, I got you. He took the CD. For some reason, I believed him. I was like, all right, man. I left, I was depressed, man. I said, damn, man. Shit folded, man. Now I'm back in the hood, and I'm in a situation, it was very interesting. I'm in a situation where I'm almost about to throw my entire life away. And in the midst of that situation, my phone rings. I pick up the phone, it was K-Slay. He said, yo, man, you on the radio next week, I heard your CD. Say, yo, abort mission, y'all. We're not throwing our life away, man. We just made it, man. So I went up on the radio, man. Rest in peace, Prodigy was there, a couple other brothers, and we spit live. Yo, the rest was history, man. You know what I'm saying? And we kept working. It was still uphill But I was just so happy that I was in a position to share my music with the world on another level. And we kept working consistently, and to be honest with you, in the process of us working together, we got a lot of resistance and a lot of hate. And I would become frustrated. You know what I mean? And I said this on the video also. I would become real frustrated, and Slay would be like, hey yo man, I ain't letting nobody, control my destiny, man. I don't give nobody that power. Yo, Slay hating on us though, bro. He's like, man, I ain't giving nobody that power over me. And he was right. You know what I'm saying? Because eventually we was able to score $1.5 million record deal together, man. And that changed my life. You know what I mean? And so I just say that to say, man, Slay is the realest, man. Pioneer, started from graffiti, went on and on. I can go on and on about that. But would you believe this though? After this brother of mine, because this is the older brother I never had, after he assisted me on getting, fulfilling my dream, would you believe he introduced me to my beautiful wife? What more can you do for a man, right? So I'm gonna let my wife come up here. I just want y'all to see the beautiful wife that my brother introduced me to. Babe, come on. Here she goes.
That's not exactly how it happened. Seriously, condolences to the family and his friends and loved ones. I guess I'll start with the half story that my husband just told. Slay, and I found myself in the past couple of days getting upset with him because, he's going through his own things, and he's like, my friend, my best friend just passed, and I'm like, he's not just your friend. Like, every time he said it, I talked to him last night, I was like, I think I'm getting upset because you keep saying your friend. But Slay was my friend first. I'm one of those friends, like I'm protective. He was my friend first. Everybody talk about the music and all that. He was somebody that, although I had already had help coming into the game from my brothers Pun and Joe, when it came to the streets of New York, Slay made sure that Remy Ma became who he still called me Remy Martin. He's crazy for that. Like he would look like, yeah, Remy Martin. I used to be like, Slay, Remy Martin. It's not assuming. But he would have me come to his house, do my mixtapes. He would help me organize it, put it together. Whenever he came out with a tape, I would be the first person on the mixtape to make sure that everyone heard me. And then one day, this guy named Papoose started being #1. So the first time I let it slide, I was like, it had to be a typo, it was an accident. I'm sure Slay didn't even do that because he knows I go first on all his mixtapes. Then it happened again, and then another again. I'm like, oh nah, who is this Papoose guy? He's like, nah, this is my artist, whatever. So immediately, I go into defense mode. I hate Papoose. Anything that I can say, I'm like, he's whack, he's from Brooklyn, he's from Harlem, he's Bronx, you are closer, like I tried everything. I'm not gonna lie, I tried everything. So now, I gotta start a deep investigation. I'm listening to all Papoose records because I gotta find other stuff to hate on. And while listening to him, I start liking him. I'm like, so I called Slay one day, right? And I talked to Slay, like the way Slay and my husband were now, like that's how me and Slay started. And I call him and I'm talking to him about it. I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna be in the studio with your artist. When y'all gonna be in the studio? So I find out later on, once me and my husband get together, Slay tells him, yo, I think Remy like you, but right? What friend does that? Why would you do that? I think Remy like you. I'm telling you now, she's my sister. She crazy. So that's like that double win. First you told me that I liked him, and you told me I was crazy. Why are you talking about this? Long story short, they ended up becoming really, really close friends. We get married. We'll be married next month, 14 years. And, all 14 of those years, I had to share with K-Slay in the middle of the night. I kid you no lie, I would be in my bed, and he would be in the bed on the other phone. These debates that he was talking about, they're usually at 2 o'clock in the morning from my bed. And I'd be like, babe, can I get the phone real quick? Slay, can I get my husband back, please? Thank you. Have a nice night, whatever, hang up. Like, we had this sister-brother love-hate relationship, but it was always love. Like, a lot of people came up here and they talk about the music and the hip-hop and how he was so hip-hop. Like, he literally was just our friend, like, outside of music. He was our family outside of that. I remember when I first got my dog, you know, the little cute dogs that we get and put in my purse. And I had to go to his house and record something because he's one of those, he's persistent. If he wants something, he can keep calling you. He don't care if he's getting on your nerves until you come. So I'm like, all right, Slay, I'm coming over and do it. And I bring the dog. And Slay is pissed. Because if anybody that don't know, his house is like a museum. You can't, like, everything is super clean. Everything has a place. So I bring my dog. He's like, Bram, come on, you want this dog in here? But the dog is like this big. I'm like, relax, calm down. 5 minutes into me explaining that the dog is fine, the dog ain't gonna do nothing. The dog pees on his paw. He went so crazy. He talked about being his dog and hating my dog for so long. Like, it was horrible. It was horrible. But I say all of that to say that he changed a lot of people's lives. And I'm not gonna lie, when I came here, I was upset. I was upset because I see way too many empty seats. Changed a lot of people's lives. My life, my husband. You heard LL's who he is. Like, he's like Mr. Todd Smith. Like, that's who he is. He even tell you, like, people go through periods, and he didn't care if you was hot, if you was in a dry spell, whatever, he was the same person. He didn't care if nobody had ever heard of you in life. He would give you a shot. So for these seats to not be, for there not to be nothing but standing room left, it upsets me. Like I said, we were friends, so I know a lot of people whose lives he's changed. And I don't see them, and it upsets me, because that was my friend, and I feel like he deserves better than that. I had a performance yesterday, about 7-hour drive away. There was no way I could get back in time for a flight. I drove 7 hours there and 7 hours back. My brother Fat Joe drove 7 hours there with me and 7 hours back, because there was no way on God's green earth I was going to miss being here for him. Nothing was more important. I had an after party today, so I had to send me the money back, because I was like, it's a possibility we might be late. And I feel like everybody should feel like that, because that's how he felt about people. He didn't care what happened, except say if your name wasn't on the list, he'd figure out a way how to sneak you upstairs and get you in there. Don't be mad at him for that, the people from High 97. But that's how passionate he was about helping people and putting people into position. We have to, and I put a post up, like, I'm one of those people, like, I don't post for people's birthday. I hardly ever post if somebody passed away, but we live in a society where people, if it doesn't happen on social media, it doesn't happen. Like, if I ain't post about it, they don't believe that I'm grieving. And I really couldn't think of a caption. The only thing that I could say is I wish, because I feel like he didn't know how much I really cared about, and how much he meant to me in my career, and just my life, period, and being in my life. And I hate that this happened to him. Like, this wasn't supposed to happen. You know, we argued about everything that's going on with COVID and this, so for that, to not knowing the whole time that this would be the reason that he's not here, pisses me off. Like, you never know when it's gonna be your last day. So if you have somebody that you love and that you care about, and that you feel that if they wasn't here, you would be hurt, tell them that now. Spend your time with them, go see them, chill with them, even if it's out of your way. Because I would have rather went out of my way and canceled the show or canceled performance to go chill with him and be happy than do it to be here. And that's it. I love them.
So we're gonna have